Welcome to the Gorilla 7 video series. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to create multiple episodes. Gorilla's new episode feature allows you to create multiple episodes for your schedule. By doing this, you can sort scenes from different episodes on the same stripboard. You should have an understanding of production phases when using episodes. For this tutorial, I'm going to use the Wild Outdoors sample. When this schedule is opened, notice on the right-hand side in the scene navigator, each scene also displays an episode number. To display the episode number in the scene navigator, go to the scene navigator preferences and select the Show Episode Number checkbox. In this schedule, Scene 1 is also attached to Episode 1. You can see that here in this episode field. If you click on the field, you will see a list of all the episodes for this schedule. In this instance, there are 3 episodes created, and they are all color-coded. To see some detail about the episode, select the Edit Episode button. Here you can change the name of the episode, change the episode number, and choose a different color for the episode, along with entering some notes. Let's go to Scene 5, which is attached to Episode 2, and then go to Scene 6, which is attached to Episode 3. Now, let's also take a look at the production phases. Notice that I created 3 phases to match the episodes. It's important to note that this list is displaying phases and not episodes. I happen to name the phases to match the episodes. I'm going to explain why in a minute, but let's quickly create a new episode, Episode 4, and attach a few new scenes to it. To do this, go back to the episode field and select it. Then select the New Episode button. Enter a number and a title for the episode, and click the Create button. Let's close out of the episode list and create a new scene or a new breakdown sheet. Select the new episode for the new scene, and notice what happened. Although episode displayed here is 4, which is correct, Gorilla attached the scene to Phase 3, the mix-up, which is essentially created for Episode 3. So let's create a new phase for Episode 4. This is because each production phase has its own set of shoot dates, unless you want to shoot this scene, which is written for Episode 4, in the phase mix-up, which is totally fine. This is where the flexibility comes in. You can schedule any scene to be shot on any production phase. Click on the Shoot Days button, and this will show you the calendar. The currently selected phase is 1, the Mountain Man. Let's create a new production phase with new shoot dates, starting on the 21st of the month. Select the New Shoot Days phase button. I'm going to type in the name New for Tutorial as the phase name, and enter the dates 21st to the 23rd, and select the Create Single button. And here on the calendar, you will see the new phase. Let's go back to the breakdown sheet screen and select the phase field for the new scene. And now we can select the new phase to match the episode number. It's okay to click Continue as we have not added this scene to the stripboard yet. Now let's go to the stripboard. If you select the board to view, you will see 3 boards, 1 for each episode, or to be more precise, phase, because a stripboard is attached to a production phase. The new scene that we created will not be seen on any of these boards. Remember, it was scene 14. The only way it will be able to be scheduled on a board is to create a new board with that phase. So let's do that now. Click on the New Board button and select the phase that we just created. I will name it Episode Number 4 to match the naming standards of the other boards, and select the Create Board button. And notice that the only strip or scene that appears here is the new scene. Why? Because it is attached to this phase. Okay, let's add another scene to the board. You can do that here on the board. Select the Add Scene button, then select the New Breakdown Sheet button and create a new scene. Attach it to episode 4 and notice that the phase is automatically entered for you. This cannot change because you are on a board that is attached to this phase. Once created, the strip is automatically added to the board you are on. If you try to add a scene that is already attached to another production phase, you will get a warning. I'm going to click the Help button here and leave this on the screen just for a moment, as this explains the difference between a production phase and an episode. If you want to pause the video to read it, go ahead. I'll read this section here. Although you can attach an episode and a phase to a breakdown sheet, an episode is random. You can attach any episode to any breakdown sheet. A phase is linked to shoot days, so when you attach a breakdown sheet to a phase, it is also attached to the shoot days attached to that production phase. Next, I'm going to explain how to automatically create multiple phases for different episodes. So what I'm going to do first is to delete all my phases and boards. Only do this if you understand what I'm doing, as once you delete your phases and strip boards, they are gone for good. If you go to the Shoot Days screen, and from the Shoot Days pull-down menu, select Delete All Phases and Shoot Days. Notice the warning. This will, by default, delete all strip boards. I'm doing this to show you how easy it is to recreate the boards with the phases using the Multiple Episode feature, which is new in Gorilla 7. This takes you back to the breakdown sheet screen. Notice that none of the breakdown sheets have any production phases attached to them, but our episodes are still attached to the breakdown sheets. Wouldn't it be great to automatically create a phase for each episode? You can now do this in Gorilla 7. Select the Shoot Days button. Now, instead of creating a phase here, click the Create Multiple button. This is a feature specifically designed if you have episodes already created and attached to breakdown sheets. Gorilla already assumes you want to create one phase for each episode. Modify the start and end dates here. I'm going to enter a start date and an end date for the last one. Once all the dates are good to go, click on the Create Phases button. A warning appears asking if you want to override any existing phases. I don't have any created, so it doesn't matter if I click yes or no. And 4 new phases will be created based on the episode entries. At this point, it's very easy to create a strip board for each phase. Let's go to the strip board, and as you can see, all the phases are here. So let's create a board for each phase. I will name each board the phase name, which is essentially the episode name. So I will create the first one, and all the breakdown sheets with episode 1 are attached. Next, I'll create the second. These are for episode 2. Then third, and then finally the 4th episode. And you can toggle between the boards here and start scheduling. The important thing to remember is that if you want to move a strip or a scene from one board to another, you must modify the phase for that scene. So for example, let's say we want to move this scene, scene 12, to episode 2. Double-click the scene to go to the breakdown sheet, modify the episode to number 2, and modify the phase to City Girl. Going back to the board, let's refresh it. Notice that scene 12 is no longer on this board. If we go to the City Girl phase, which is episode 2, scene 12 will be on the bottom of the board in the unscheduled area. That's a wrap. Have a great shoot.